They once used to be considered one of the best, but after the pandemic, Cathay Pacific had to rebuild. Today, I'm flying with them for the very first time, and I want to know how far they've come. In this video, I'm going to take you through how I booked this flight, take you on a full seat tour, and of course, I'm going to show you everything I ate along the way. But there's still two big questions. Does Cathay Pacific's business class still measure up to other top airlines? And can their service and soft product make you overlook their hard product and dated cabin? I'm also going to be sharing with you my authentic moments.
This is so good. That's my childhood. That is home.
My wins, my surprises, and the parts that didn't go so well. Welcome aboard my honest review of the Cathay Pacific Business Class. And the excitement is building. I can't believe I'm about to go to Hong Kong and Taipei. I have been looking forward to this flight for so long, almost a year now. As I make my way to the gates, things got a little hectic. The announcements weren't super clear, and by the time I got to the counter, they were already boarding everyone. But with a quick scan of my passport, I was already down the jet bridge.
Thank you.
The moment I reached the aircraft door, I was greeted with the warm smiles and the genuine hospitality Cathay Pacific is known for. So I've boarded my Cathay Pacific flight. This is my first time flying with them. They used to have a reputation of being one of the best. They kind of lost their footing during the pandemic, and now they're trying to make a comeback. So I'm curious to see how they're doing these days. The first challenge on this flight is my carry-on. Usually it fits in the standard overhead bins, but on this plane, not so much. I had to turn it sideways just to make it fit. So I'm thinking, are we already off to a rough start with this older aircraft? Anyways, I figured it out. Now, let's move on to the safety video. Before takeoff, we watched the safety video. It was nothing flashy, but it was polished and professional. This feels very Cathay Pacific-like, and you could tell that they take pride in what they do. This was a subtle reminder that Cathay Pacific once had a world-class reputation. It's nice to see that some of that legacy is still evident as we get ready for departure. Welcome aboard Cathay Pacific Business Class from JFK to Hong Kong. This is my first time going to Hong Kong, and I got an absolutely amazing deal on this. Last year, Marianne from Points Lottie posted about this deal. You were able to book this for about 56,000 avios. There was a transfer bonus from American Express to British Airways, and you were able to transfer the points with a 30% bonus. Then you were able to book this flight through Finnair. And since Finnair is a partner with American Airlines, British Airways, and they also use Avios, you were able to transfer your Avios between British Airways and Finnairways to book this flight. Since they're all partners of One World, it worked out perfectly, especially with the transfer bonus. I recently just booked a similar trip from the East Coast to Hong Kong and onwards to Vietnam, and that was about 115 Asia miles. So this was about half price. I could not give up the opportunity to go to Hong Kong for such a reasonable price. One of the things that always happens to me is when I see these deals, I only book one stop. And this time I promised myself I was going to book an onward ticket, so I had the opportunity to experience the flagship lounge of these Asia airlines, and these lounges are amazing. I've been on a plane like this before, and I flew from Doha to Haneda on a similar layout just like this. I believe Cathay Pacific during the post-pandemic times had leased out a bunch of their planes, so a couple of airlines do have this configuration. The first class looks exactly like the one we took when we went from Doha to Maldives, because I believe Qatar also leased some of these planes from Cathay Pacific. And compared to other business class out there, it needs a little updating. But the good thing is I did get the bulkhead seat, so I do have a little bit of extra space. I'm seated in what's called the mini cabin on Cathay Pacific's Boeing 777. The business class is split into two sections. the larger main cabin, and the smaller one up front, which is just 8 seats. I was able to book the bulkhead seat, which gave me a bit of extra legroom. If you ever have the chance to grab one of these seats, I highly recommend it, especially for longer flights. It's a little bit more spacious and has more of a private vibe, and it's a perfect setup for a solo traveler. Now, something to note, this aircraft does not have individual overhead air vents, so if you tend to get warm on flights, I would recommend dressing in layers, or wear something light to stay comfortable. I usually run a little bit cold, and for me, the cabin temperature was just fine.
So even though this cabin doesn't really have a door, you can't really see the person's face sitting next to you. So it kind of gives you the illusion of privacy. But with a lot of new business class coming out now, they do have complete enclosed suite. So Cathay Pacific is going to have to really update many of their planes. I know they're coming out with the Aria suite on more routes, but they need to work a little faster. So I am situated here in 11A, and that is right behind business class. So we have the curtain there. The good thing is there is not a galley between the business class and my seat, so it is pretty quiet. I like the yellow. Yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you. This is your Amuse Bouche. Oh, thanks very much. So first they start us off with champagne. I missed the welcome drink because I was busy recording everything before takeoff, but now we're here. So they brought me an Amuse Bouche of like roasted pork. It smells delicious. Okay. We're not gonna talk about that. Oh my god, it fell. That tastes like Christmas ham, like my mom's Christmas ham, with some kind of relish on the bottom. That was so good. I'm sorry I lost the other one. I would have wished I had both of them. Man, what a dork. What a dork. I'm sorry I lost that one. What a complete dork. What a dork. Now I have to figure out how to pick it up off the floor. Got it. I'm not gonna eat it. There's no 5-second rule on a plane. All right, let me give you a tour of the seat. I'm in the bulkhead seat at number 11, and it's right behind first class. So it gives you a little bit of extra space. Let's take a look. Here we have a reading light. Then there are the seat controls. So this one brings it back, and this one moves the seat forward and backwards, and this one moves the leg rest up and down. They do have some preset buttons here. One's for takeoff, one's for sleeping, and there's a button for the night light also. Here, they have an input for an iPod. So that tells you how old this plane really is. The headphone jack and a USB port. You have your universal charger here, and the control panel for the IFE. Let's talk about the IFE. I'm curious to see if other One World partners like Qatar, if they share the same movie setup, because Qatar has a lot of options when it comes to movies, entertainment, and different options on their IFE. So let's see what Cathay Pacific has to offer.
If you're enjoying this kind of content, don't forget to hit like and subscribe and leave a comment below.
So I'm curious to see what the glare situation is going to be like with the TV angled in this direction. Definitely much improved if you close this window. This one's going to give me a little light. And as you can see here, oh, it is touchscreen. I was a little concerned. Okay, just not as responsive as I was expecting. But I 100% prefer the touchscreen over working with the remote. Based on this, I might have to use the remote. It is taking me through a lot of menus that I have to select. And as you can see, touch-wise, it's not that responsive. Finally made it to the movie menu. I think I'm have to go with the remote. So this is not the remote that is also touchscreen, that you can see everything that's on the IFE on the remote. You kind of have to look at the IFE and then use the joystick buttons here. So it's not very intuitive. I'd rather just play with the semi-touch screen here. I would say the IFE part is the part that's a little disappointing to me in this day and age where you just want things to work and for them to go. It's kind of annoying to have to be pressing the same thing over and over and over. And I want to make this clear. It's not that I'm complaining, but I just wanted to review this for you and let you know exactly how things work, just so you're aware when you come on this flight. So to set your expectations correctly. I'm going to try to figure how to work this and see if I can set up a movie to watch during dinner service.
I really did try to make it work, but at some point, it became a little frustrating.
Cathay Pacific does provide you with headphones. I almost yanked these headphones out, but the good thing is they are already plugged in here in this cabinet space. And also in this cabinet is a bottle of water, and there is space for storage over here. It does lock. You just have to kind of give it a nudge and lift it up.
The headphones did come with a sticker to let you know that they have been sanitized and are ready for use.
It does do a great job of blocking out the airplane noise. You just have to turn it up a bit, but then you won't really hear much of the engine noise. Decent quality.
I got great sound quality with the headphones, but the IFE was still very annoying.
I'm going to try to figure this out.
I'm not quite sure what I was hoping for. Maybe I was just thinking it would just magically work. There was a keyboard on the back of the remote, but that really didn't help the situation much. So I just decided to pick a movie and stick with it. Right as the frustration was about to set in, the flight attendant came over with the first part of the meal. I then asked her if she had any suggestion on how to successfully operate the IFE, whether I should use the remote or the touchscreen, and she highly suggested using the touchscreen. So here we are, back at square one, trying to find the perfect spot on the screen to get the buttons to operate. The second flight attendant came over with the bread basket, and I'm gonna need some carbs to get through this frustrating IFE situation.
For the appetizer, we have sliced poached pork with Napa cabbage salad. So they did come over with some garlic bread. which I've heard so much about this garlic bread. There should be a battle of the garlic breads. Singapore versus Cathay Pacific. Cathay Pacific definitely wins that war. This bread is so soft, so moist, and just this tasted like it came out of a bakery. Someone's mom made this in their bakery for years. Versus the Cathay Pacific one, it tastes like Texas toast. I'm sorry for saying that, but this is amazing. Now, I will say what's a little disappointing is serving whatever the sauce is in plastic. I feel like they put the butter on a dish like this. So they should have put the sauce. This looks like takeout. All right, I have to be honest with you. When they first brought me this, I was like, that looks pale. That reminds me of the TN chicken from Singapore, and I was not impressed. But even though this doesn't have any color, it tastes pretty good. And the takeout sauce in the plastic container, that flavor made up for it. And the cabbage slaw on the bottom is really good. Garlic bread, A+. Poached pork, cabbage salad, A+. Takeout sauce in a plastic container, A++.
If you're liking this kind of content, don't forget to hit like and subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you'll never miss another airline review.
I think they're about to start serving dinner now, which is great because by the time the food has settled in for everyone and it's nap time, the sun will go down and we'll all be asleep. No problem. Thank you.
Jeffrey's hot.
Ooh.
And this is the rice for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry.
We can take this.
Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. So a few days before departure, I got an email letting me know that I could pre-order a menu item. So I did pre-order and ordered the spicy prawns and the white rice. This is what I figured. One of the options was the burger, but I'm pretty sure they would have had the burger on the anytime menu. So I went with something that I thought would have not been available readily, so that I could secure it and lock it in. And later on, if I get hungry, then I could order the burger later. The rice smells so good. Oh my God. You know why this is so good? And most people won't understand it unless they've been to Jamaica. But this tastes like Jamaican Chinese food. If you had not had Jamaican Chinese food, I'm not sure you can quite understand how much this reminds me of home. I remember when I first moved here and I went to places like Panda Express or just a local Chinese restaurant, the food didn't really taste the same. And so I was missing it. And every time I went home to Jamaica, I had to have the Chinese food there. And this tastes exactly like it. This is so good. That's my childhood. That is hope.
So this is green tea, matcha, tiramisu.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I have heard so much about this Cathay Pacific Delight or Cathay Delight. Apparently it's coconut milk, kiwi, mixed in a smoothie concoction, and it's good. It's really good. Super creamy, lightly flavored. None of the flavors are overwhelming. So you get a hint of the coconut, a hint of the kiwi, but just a perfect balance between the two. They also have a matcha tiramisu. I don't have words, but I'm pretty sure this is something Nyla would absolutely love. Again, the flavors are perfectly combined. Nothing's overwhelming. Everything beautifully works together. It's light, it's creamy, it's airy. Cannot go wrong with these two. While this touchscreen over here might not be touchscreeny, the dessert is desserting. So Cathay, not so much on this, but on this, A plus. I think I'd like to try the hazelnut.
The hazelnut.
Yeah.
Thank you. May I put it on your table?
Yes.
Here.
Thank you so much.
After dinner, the flight attendants came around handing out chocolates. Now, compared to the other desserts that I had on this flight, the chocolate was a little bit mid, but thank God for the Cathay Delight and the matcha tiramisu.
So the tray table pulls out from this triangular space over here and it flips open like this. Now, it's not one of the biggest tray tables I've seen, but it works. Enough to put your food on. There's enough space for your laptop. And you could take a nap on it if you needed to. Since we got the tray table open, I'm going to give you a look at the Amenity Kit. This Amenity Kit is from Bamford. I like it. It's got that leather feel. Curious to see what's inside. I like the brown tan color. I think it's really cool. Let's take a look inside the Amenity Kit. The Amenity Kit is from Bamford. It's a cute little wallet purse. Very unisex kind of color. There's a dental kit, mouthwash, something called multi-balm. I guess that's maybe like a lip balm. There is a cooling body gel. Might definitely come in handy where I'm going. Ooh, this eye mask is pretty thick. And it says airplane mode. That's pretty cool. And this is the tiniest little bottle I have ever seen. You might get like 2 sprays out of this. This is a pillow mist and hair plugs. Here is the Amenity Kit. Pretty basic, nothing really to write home about, but definitely functional. Maybe you could use this purse for a night on the town if you just wanted to put your cell phone and your wallet in there. One thing I definitely like about this Amenity Kit, and it's a minor detail, is that it has a button, like a magnetic button, and it just clamps in place. I don't know who needs to know that, who might care, but I care. Just thought I'd let you know.
Every time I take a flight, I pause for a moment just to appreciate the opportunities I have been given. I feel like making these videos and showing people how to do the same is my way of giving back. I can't thank you guys enough for watching. I truly appreciate it. And if you like these videos that I share, don't forget to hit subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know what you guys want to see more of. One nice perk about flying business class on Cathay Pacific is that the Wi-Fi is included for the entire flight. Connecting was super easy. I just signed in on my phone and I was online within seconds. The connection held up really well throughout the flight. I could not run a full speed test because the website wouldn't load, but I definitely didn't have any complaints about connectivity. I was able to text my family, scroll through Instagram, and even post a few updates without issues. Once I got settled in, I was ready to spread out. I love sitting in the bulkhead. The little extra space just makes so much difference. It gives me more room to stretch out, and the footwell here is definitely bigger. On Cathay Pacific, they also provide slippers, which I always appreciate. I swapped out my shoes and tucked them into the cubby, and the shoes even got cozy. The bedding was nicely padded, nothing over the top, but comfortable enough to make a proper bed. I laid it flat, got ready for a quick nap, and kept watching White Lotus. Because honestly, as much as you see me here flying in these nice seats, I'm still super frugal. I don't even pay for HBO at home, so I have to catch up on all these shows while I travel. Before settling in, I ordered the Cathay Pacific burger and paired it with one of their signature drinks called Cloud9. It's light, refreshing, and it kind of reminds me of a mojito, and that is one of my favorite drinks.
Thank you very much. Do you have like barbecue sauce or any kind of sweet sauce?
We only have the tomato sauce
Okay.
and the Chinese style sauce.
Is it sweet?
Yes.
Yes, I'll take that one. Yeah, thank you.
The more you watch my videos, the more you get to know about me. You know from the last video that I liked my steak well done, and today you're learning that I like a sweet sauce on my burger. Let me know in the comments what kind of sauce you like on your burger.
The sweet soy sauce.
Yeah.
And then this one is the chili sauce, but I think it's a little bit sweet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Then
you.
the Tabasco.
Yep. Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's 1 a.m. and I can't sleep, and there's a burger on the menu, so I decided to order it because I've watched so many reviews and I heard that the burger is good. Just with fries. The fries are very crispy on the outside, but kind of soggy on the inside. But to have fries on a plane, can't really expect much. Not terrible. Not terrible at all. Let's give this burger a try. It does come with bacon, cheese, pickled onions, which is one of my favorite, and some kind of sauce on it. That burger's good. Cooked the way I like it, which for some of you might be well done. Bacon is great. The pickled onions and that sauce is just absolutely perfect. Cathay Pacific is winning on the food. Definitely winning. Washed it down with a refreshing Cloud9. Gonna finish watching White Lotus and hopefully I can take a nap. So, get the burger. Good morning. I ordered the Western breakfast, eggs, bacon, croissant. I wasn't feeling very adventurous this morning, so I wanted to make sure I stick to something that I knew. What's funny is I remember reading the menu, and what sold me on the Western breakfast was the avocado. And you should see the amount of avocado on here. It is teeny tiny. It's like that big. But hey, it's avocado. I guess you have to pay extra for the guac. The eggs are okay. It tastes like any other kind of buffet eggs. The guacamole is delicious. This is your morning Energizer fruit juice. I'm not a big watermelon fan, but that's pretty good. Again, the thing with Cathay Pacific I find with their flavors is that nothing is overpowering. Everything is just in the perfect balance. After almost 15 hours in Cathay Pacific Business Class, I can say the staff and the food was amazing. While I did enjoy my flight, there are certain things that I think can be improved upon. Based on the aircraft that I flew, you'd have a much better experience on one of their newer aircrafts. The IFT was problematic for me, and it was really hard to select the options on screen. The remote wasn't very responsive or intuitive. There are a few things that I would update. The green color does leave me feeling like, I don't know, I'm sorry to say this, but like I'm in a hospital. I'm glad that they're releasing the new Aria suites. I hope to see it on more routes very soon, because I think that would be a draw for people to want to fly Cathay Pacific. We're on our approach to Hong Kong, and this is my first time in the city, and I want to be able to show you the views as we approach the airport.
Take me away from home. Show me all the places I've never known. And we'll chase the night, race all of these broken dreams in flight, and we'll fly.
15 hours later, and we are here in Hong Kong for the first time. My flight for Taipei doesn't leave until tomorrow, so I'm going to check out some of the lounges. So stay tuned for the next video to see how many lounges I'll get into here in Hong Kong. I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.